And there he is.
Have a seat. Wait, no, better leave the seats here. But why don't you sit down on one? This show can't get on the road until you get off your load. So sit a while and enjoy yourself. Or maybe just sit.
If you recall, they said that they had another guest staying at this inn who only ever came out at night. And we tried to meet him once, but he never showed. Well, now he's here.
Good evening, ladies and germs. A funny thing happened on the way to Mordavia. I got here. I walked up to the innkeeper here and says to the guy, "You know how lucky you are to have such a funny guy as myself staying here?" The innkeeper says, "No, but if you hum a few bars, I can fake it." You may as well laugh now. This act doesn't get any funnier. I sit down here for a meal and order some soup. When the waiter brings it in, I says, "Waiter, there's a fly in my soup." The waiter says, "Of course, that's the soup du jour." Am I going deaf in here? Or how can so many people sleep with all these lights on? Seriously, folks, I went to the doctor just the other day, and he said he had some good news and some bad news. What's the good news, I asked. "You only have 3 months to live," said the doc. "That's terrible. What's the bad news?" I said. The doc replied, "I'm getting married." I know I had an audience when I came in here. Anyhow, show me a guy with 1,000,000 kopecks, and I'll show you a guy who's rich. Hey, you only had to listen to this material. I'm the one who had to stand here and take it. Anyway, thank you, thank you, thank you. You've been a swell bunch of seats.
Phew. The gnome has stopped speaking. Maybe he's finished telling his joke. You think about applauding, but you're not quite sure if you've heard the punchline yet.
What did you think of my performance? Was I hilarious or what? Is this an inn or a cemetery? I've had livelier times at funerals. Some help you were. Couldn't you at least have smiled a little louder? It's nights like these that make me feel like an inept idiot and a lousy laughingstock. I'd make more money digging graves. But what? And get out of show business?
Hey, Yuri, what'd you think of that gnome?
He too is a stranger to Mordavia.
Hey, what am I, shredded wheat? If you're talking behind my back, at least have the courtesy to do it face to face.
Makes you think of World of Warcraft goblins. They don't really tell that many bad jokes, do they? They just make things that explode. So how's the inn?
I try to keep people entertained here.
So how come you weren't up on the stage instead of me?
Fair question. How are you doing?
I have not listened to such nonsense in all my life.
You call this a life?
So let's talk to these three again and get their thoughts on this. What did you guys think of the gnome?
Well, you know I'm not a census taker over here, but there are no other gnomes in Mordavia.
No wonder.
Yeah, when they show up, there goes the neighborhood. We have no need for gnomes here.
You guys are so narrow-minded you could all look through a keyhole with both eyes. What gnome would want to work here? You guys have all the sense of humor of a wyvern with a hangover.
At the risk of waxing poetic, what need have we of fools?
Hey, you got a point. There are enough fools in here already to reach critical mass. If it pays to be ignorant, why are you guys so broke?
That line about you're so narrow-minded you could look through a keyhole with both eyes, that's actually kind of good. I like that. Can't tell if they're legit voice actors from the 90s or just good imitations. I wish I could remember the guy's name, but one of them is the guy who later voiced Wacko Warner. I think it's the guy doing Rodney Dangerfield. One of them, the guy who's voicing Hans, I cannot confirm it for sure, but a couple of the sites I looked at said that is Jim Cummings. However, this game does not provide you with a convenient credits roll for the voice actors. It leaves them out. Not Ron Perlman, or I think you're thinking Paulson. Rob Paulson? Hang on, I'm gonna look him up real quick. It's might still be on in my history. Is Jess something? Jess Harnell. This is the one who's voicing. Let's see, Shadows of. He is voicing Franz. Which this is Ivan on screen right now. The chubbier guy is Hans, who is supposedly, allegedly voiced by Jim Cummings, but I don't hear it. And the other guy with the weird beard and big nose is Franz. Rob Paulson. Okay. So, peasants, how are we doing today, fellow peasants?
Somebody just shoot me.
And just when I was gonna invite you to my party. There's always room for one bore.
Oh, I'll tell you, he's rough, you know? Anyone could tell better jokes than that gnome did. Where's Shaky Green when you need him?
Look, I'd argue with you, but I never engage in a battle of wits with an unarmed man.
The guy's dying up there. I didn't get anything.
Hey, how could you? If ignorance is really bliss, you're the world's happiest guy.
So what'd you think of that performance?
Fellas, is it just me, or is Shecky's performance here lacking a certain sense of humor?
Are you kidding? He was rough. Get a day job.
You're right, and he wasn't very funny either.
What do you mean I wasn't funny? You guys wouldn't know a punchline if it hit you in the face.
Alright, let's talk to the gnome.
Thank you, thank you. I always like to meet a receptive audience. It's always good to see you. It means you're not behind my back.
So, hi gnome, we're a hero. We fix problems. You clearly have one.
Pleased to meet you. I could tell by your outfit that you were no ordinary rube. Punny Bones, the name. Joke's a fair game. I'm a pro punster.
Are you now? Gnome's home.
Be they ever so humble, there's nobody stays home. I've been on the road so long, I have flat tires on my feet. I go wherever I can tell a good joke, and many places where I can't. I'm staying at this inn for a while until I find something here. I got the last store down the hall. Visit me sometime. I'm sure we can have a few laughs together.
How's show business?
Hey, my last tour was a great success. I outran everyone. But there's no business like show business. With me, the show must go on and on and on.
Ask about jokes?
I got millions of them. Problem is, I can't remember most of them, and the ones I do remember should have been buried long ago. I used to be worth my wit in gold, but, oh, it's a long story. Ask me about it some other time.
Sounds like Jack Nicholson. Yeah, it's, I don't know if you were here earlier when I explained it, but what happened was they got the three of them in the recording booth together to do their lines, and they just started ad-libbing a bunch of stuff. Corey Cole, one of the lead programmers, designers on this, looks like he's cross-dressing. Looks like he's just a jester. Anyway, Corey Cole heard them just winging it with the script and suggested they also do some impressions. Well, two of the actors chose Jack Nicholson and the third one chose Rodney Dangerfield. And that's how we got those three guys. Alright, bye, gnome.
Leaving so soon? Good night, and thanks for all the fish.
I understood that reference. Lipstick, big loop earrings. Looks like curly hair.
You unlock the door to your room and go in.
Maybe a little bit. Alright, we are just gonna go straight to bed.
You awaken as the sun begins to rise.
Love the idea of a drag queen gnome. What if he just went all in on that? We also are probably down to our last sandwich. No, we've still got 2 left. Well, let's have breakfast before we move on and go back and talk to that gnome.
You eat your plain but nourishing breakfast. It has more than a bit of garlic added for spice.
Wait. Let's talk with him again, see if he's got anything new to say.
This inn used to do us.
Looks like same stuff as always.
I know little of the forest. So you are back.
I'm always back. Hey, can we talk to, what was your wife's name? Can we even talk to her? Doesn't look like it.
A voice from behind the door says, "Oops, sorry. Seems I forgot about my burglar alarm. Hope it wasn't too shocking for you."
That actually did hurt us. Sandwich with garlic powder. Depending on the ingredients.
Hello, how are you? Come in and have a sit, why don't you?
I actually do like garlic a lot, but...
As you sit down, a rude noise comes from the chair seat.
Gets you every time. A million laughs. How are you? Good to see ya. Nice see you to drop in. Speaking of dropping in, did you hear the one about the bad waiter? Seems like he was always dropping in. Dropping in. Get it? Didn't think so. No one got a sense of humor anymore. Not even me.
Anyway, I do like garlic, but man, they put it on literally everything here. And are these garlic cloves smiling?
Somehow just looking at these garlic braids makes you smile.
And hello, Aunt Nommer. Yes, that is indeed John Rhys Davies. They actually got some talent for this game. So, hello, gnome.
Hey, welcome into the inn. Pleased to meet you. Sit down, have a seat. Oh, we did that already, didn't we?
We're a hero.
You tell about some of your adventures.
What was that you were saying about saving Spielberg?
You tell about your adventures in Spielberg.
So you're the guy that made me lose my sense of humor. Listen, if you hadn't made Baba Yaga mad, I never would have told the joke that made her take my humor away.
Seems we have some... Okay.
I ain't got no sense of humor. I can't get no sense of humor. And I try. Don't know why. Gotta fly. Say goodbye. What's the matter? You a music critic? So I can't tell a joke. Sue me. I'm comedically challenged. A phoebe of a fool. A dweeb dunce. As a matter of fact, I've been cursed. I'm vexed with a hex, so to speak.
As soon as I saw the option for humor, I remembered what happens when you clicked it. Got a shaker of garlic powder, other spices, and it goes on pretty much everything. Garlic mashed potatoes is like one of my most favorite things ever. And Baba Yaga is in this. She was also in the first Quest for Glory. Ain't riding around in a cooking pot looking for infants to cook. No, she's in a chicken-legged hut. But she does cook people.
Pathetic, ain't it? I can't tell a joke if it kicked me in the teeth. Ever since I got Baba Yaga mad at me, I got the bad joke blues.
Burgers, pizza, fries, potato chips, pizza again, mac and cheese, etc., etc. I tend to be a little bit more sparing with my garlic powder than that. But it does go on burgers. Garlic powder, onion powder, makes a good burger.
She has no sense of humor whatsoever. Let me tell you, I was just telling a joke about how some hero got Baba Baby hopping mad and fit to be towed. How was I to know she was in the audience at the time? Anyhow, Baba Yaga stands up, says some bad poetry, and the next thing I know is my jokes are jumbled and my puns are pathetic. So here I am in Nowhere Land trying to locate Baba Yaga so as I can get the curse removed and my humor returned.
So how are you doing, Gnome?
Putin ask me again, I'll tell you my name. Seriously, folks, the name is Bones. Punny Bones. I'm just a jester. Professionally speaking, of course. Hey, I'm a professional fool, so don't try this at home, kid. Unfortunately, more people laugh at me than at my jokes lately. It's hard to be hilarious when your sense of humor is defunct. Punny, you should ask about that. Making jokes is in my bones, make no bones about it. But my puns have been sort of boneheaded lately.
It's too bad Wilds isn't here. Well, actually, he hasn't been making too many puns. So what do you think of Mordavia?
This place is really dead, you know? I've had a livelier audience in a graveyard. What do they know about humor? They think a guy falling into a mud puddle is a major joke, like lots of yucks, huh? Now, a man being tripped into a mud puddle, that's comedy.
What's better than garlic powder in burgers? Real garlic? I don't think I've ever tried putting just real garlic on or in burgers. I should give that a shot sometime.
What do I hear? Let me see. Well, the talk of the town is you. No one knows how you got here or what you're doing, and they're still all a bit leery of strangers. You should see some of the looks they give me. You'd think they never saw a gnome before. Or you, for that matter.
Oh, just noticed that, yeah. Walked the dog, ate dinner, moved around some tomato plants. Didn't even notice that for some reason. Hello, Wilds, welcome back. It's a Russian death metal song about Baba Yaga. So, let's see.
It's a braided, circular rug, just like the one in your room, only funnier. It makes the perfect cap to the gnome's jester costume. The strange comedian you had the misfortune to listen to the other night sits on the bed. He looks at you with a twisted grin. The chair has been upholstered with a comfortable-looking thick leather seat.
Oh yeah. Is there hail coming with this storm? It's been thundering almost non-stop outside for like an hour.
The gnome likes to take a quick nightcap before he goes to bed. The chicken seems to be made out of rubber. What's rubber, you ask? You also consider how it would taste cooked in garlic. The rubber chicken squeals as you pick it up and squeeze it.
Well, you'll have to keep her now. You obviously rub her the right way. Rub her, get it?
It's like the first joke he's told. Is this thunder at your house or in the game? It's my house. Also, I noticed that, yeah, our speed got, like, cranked way the heck up. And detail got turned way down. I don't know what the detail slider actually does.
So I ask you, what do you call a dinosaur crashing into a wall? Late for supper, of course. See you later, crocodile.
There's been hail off and on in some of them. Oh boy. Well, hopefully my car isn't getting beat to pieces out there.
Look, he is safely locked away. We should wait a bit to see if the gravedigger shows up.
Well, there you go. Igor's missing. That ties it. The little weasel never goes anywhere, for crying out loud.
Yeah, except when he's with that wacko, crazy, cuckoo doctor.
Why else would that gypsy be so darn close to town? He got a taste for meat.
It was a full moon outside last night, I'm telling ya.
Yeah, somebody's going to jail. Justice must be served, even for that little gravedigger.
Justice? We don't even know if a crime has really been committed. Just relax, go home or to the inn. The gypsy goes nowhere. We can decide what to do later.
But we...
Later, go home.
Hi, everybody.
You say, hello, to the group.
Ah, the stranger. Have you heard that Igor was killed and we...
Will you stop saying that? We only know that Igor is missing.
But we already have Igor's murderer.
We have a gypsy, that is all.
But you know that all gypsies are werewolves.
I do not know that, and neither do any of you. If you would stop listening to old wives' tales and start thinking, you'd realize only that the gravedigger is missing, and all else is in your imaginations.
Hey, I'm a hero.
You ask if you can help in the investigation. After all, you are a bona fide hero.
We already have the murderer.
We ourselves have solved this.
We are the heroes here.
Look, if you can prove one way or another what happened to Igor, I would be glad of it. I do not like blaming someone for a crime that may not even have been committed.
Hang on, got a text from my mom. Okay. So, there's a werewolf?
Hold it, Slick. Don't you know what a werewolf is? A man who turns into a wolf.
Yeah, when he's sunbathing at night, you know? It's the full moon that does it.
Listen, the werewolf eats children, which don't make him all bad.
Igor was not a child.
Hey, Yuri's daughter was eaten by one, huh?
No one knows what happened to Tanya. You cannot say she was eaten.
What else could have happened? I mean, we have the werewolf that did...
It'll break out of your little trick-or-treat jail and eat us all.
Hans, not one word about Tanya eaten by a werewolf will you make to Yuri. He and Bella have been hurt too deeply. As you are a man, do not open the wounds again.
Well, I'll tell you what, you suit yourself, pal. But at least they can be avenged now upon the werewolf!
I can't tell what that emote is. That's a bit of a problem with having the second monitor being a little bit further down the desk. Alright, so... what happened to Igor here?
The gravedigger's missing!
I mean, we looked everywhere. He's usually under my wife's bed.
We even tried to talk to that quack Dr. Cranium.
That ridiculous doorbell.
At first, we thought he might be lost.
Then we found the gypsy.
The gypsy did it. He toasted Igor.
Yeah, and then he ate him. Check his breath. It smells like Igor.
Poor Igor.
So you guys got a gypsy? How's my mom's injury doing? She's getting better. We're still trying to recover strength and range of motion, but she is getting better. She can actually reach behind herself again. And she's able to reach up above her shoulder. But it's very slow going, and it probably wasn't helped whenever the doctors just said, wear this sling, and never really told us to stop wearing it. And so she wore the sling for like a month, and that locked up her shoulder. Because you got to keep it moving. So that was fun.
I'm telling you, gypsies are werewolves.
Yeah, gypsies are all tramps and thieves.
Gypsies cannot be trusted.
I think we're fixing to have one less gypsy around here.
Okay, so now that I've talked with them, Burgomeister, what's actually going on?
A gypsy was found right outside the town gates. We brought him here for questioning.
Why don't you have a bake sale, pal, and send away for a clue? Everyone knows that gypsies are werewolves.
Yeah, little Igor was somebody's Big Mac, and you want us to just go home?
That werewolf is a danger to us all. Think of our families and our mistresses.
Do you think I would endanger the town by allowing him to escape? The gypsy is securely locked up. He will not get away.
Did insurance give access to physical therapy? They certainly did. So it's not costing us anything, which is really nice.
Werewolves are mere peasant tales.
You want to see a peasant tale, pal? Look, we all know that werewolves are real.
Yeah, I saw the movie. They turn into wolves by the full moon.
They are harmed only by silver in wolf form.
They're allergic to wolfsbane.
There's a poem about it, okay? Even a man who's pure in heart.
And says his prayers by night.
Enough! Enough! It is all hearsay and speculation.
May become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms.
Oh, that's beautiful. And the autumn moon is bright.
Or so the charming legend says.
So, Burgomeister, how are you doing?
I am trying to do the job to which I was appointed. I am trying to make certain that justice...
Justice? Justice schmustice, Einstein. Was it justice that little Igor was murdered and wound up the Blue Plate Special?
Yeah, the murderer was caught, and I want to hit him. Let the punishment begin.
Right. Dan will have justice.
Am I the Burgomeister or am I not? I have said all that there is to be said about this subject.
So, what happened to Igor?
The gravedigger was missing last night.
And we matriculated on down to the cemetery to search, see?
Yeah, but we didn't have far to go. Just outside town, we caught ourselves a werewolf.
Yeah, but we found no trace of poor old Igor.
Enough! Igor is missing. We do not know what happened to him.
Alright, what's going on?
It is none of your...
Perfect. The gravedigger Igor's been killed.
And we captured a werewolf.
Listen, I'm telling you, Igor's death must be avenged.
Hey, there's that line.
Go home. Just go home, all of you. You do not know the truth yet.
We're gonna make the little gypsy tell the truth, don't you worry.
Yeah, let's see how much lying he does after we take his teeth out by hand.
Dmitri, dude, listen,
No, you listen, all of you. There is nothing to be done until we know all the facts. Now go home and let me do my job, please.
Alright, so we've got a mystery to solve. We can't even say goodbye, so we'll just go ahead and save. And I'm thinking that's a good place to... Dmitri, dude. That's a good place to call it for the night. So next stream, we got to find what really happened to Igor. Maybe free our werewolf buddy. Maybe become a werewolf if we can. And we also have to deal with Baba Yaga and Punny Bones. We got a lot coming. Yeah, that's one of the other things we're going to be doing.